Can you please introduce yourself and tell us what party you're in?
Sure. My name is Kyle Decker, and I'm the Democratic nominee for president.
Can you please tell us what your party stands for?
In a nutshell, my party stands for, my party believes that government can help the ordinary man. Government can come into people's lives and be helpful, provide health care, provide good education, and just overall be a positive thing in people's life.
Why did you decide to run in this election?
I decided to run because I believe that I'm like the best option. I feel like anybody who's running should feel that they're the best option, that they're the best qualified and the best, or the most experienced to run. And yeah, I feel like that was the best option I've ever done.
Okay. Can you briefly go over your plans for education, foreign affairs, and then the economy?
Okay. So for education overall, I would just go into the budget and allocate more money for education for state standards across the country, but not just for tests, also for other things like for arts, because I know a lot of inner city schools have had to cut art and music programs, and I remember taking those back in middle school and elementary school, and I left those, so I didn't want those to be cut. The second one was foreign affairs.
Yes.
Foreign affairs, I believe that the U.S., like, even though we have a role in the international community, that we shouldn't, we're not the world's policemen, but I believe in like situations like Syria that sometimes intervention can be necessary just because you can't just stand by and let horrible things like genocide happen. But I don't believe that the United States should get involved in every conflict that comes up. And when it comes to the economy, I think that a lot of the problems from this recession are rooted in regulation. There wasn't a lot of regulation in Wall Street, but I think that the main concern for the president and for government right now should be jobs, getting people back to work, getting the unemployment number down, and making sure people can pay their bills.
Great. Any last comments about your party or to the voters?
Just that I believe I can be the best president out of any of the candidates, and yeah, I really, basically.
Thank you for your time, Candidate Decker. Hello. Can you please introduce yourself and tell us what party you're affiliated with?
I'm Tia Sharks, and I run into the Democrats for Kyle Decker.
Why do you feel that the candidate for Democrat, Kyle Decker, is fit to run as president?
I feel as if Decker is the best candidate because he's the most qualified, he believes in our people, and he wants to make a difference. He wants to change education and do something for our citizens.
Do you have any last comments about your party? Anything you'd like to say to voters?
I think the Democrats are the best party because they want to help our people, and voting Democrat would be the best option.
Thank you for your time.
Hi there.
Hi.
Could you please introduce yourself and tell us what party you are in?
Yeah, I'm Miguel Vasquez, and I'm running for the Libertarian Party.
Okay. What does your party stand for?
We are all about life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, so we want to protect your constitutional rights with less government in your life, so meaning more social freedoms, and we want a free market economy.
Why did you decide to run?
Well, I got elected, and I want to fight for everybody's liberty because we all have human rights, and we should all have that right.
All right. Can you briefly go over your plans for education, foreign affairs, and the economy?
All right, so libertarians believe that education is best provided through the free market economy because it achieves greater quality, accountability, and efficiency with more diverse choice for the parents to send kids to school. As for foreign affairs, we want sufficient military to protect the United States, but we don't want to entangle ourselves with the rest of the world, so basically pull all the troops out and stop policing the world. Alright, so for economics, we libertarians want all members in the society to have an abundant opportunities to achieve economic success. So we want to not regulate business and economy. We just want a free market government out, basically.
Okay. Do you have any last comments about your campaign?
Vote for Miguel. That's about it.
All right, thank you for your time. Hi there. Could you please introduce yourself and tell us what party you are in?
My name is Emily Holberg, and I am the campaign manager of the Libertarian Party.
Okay. Why do you feel your candidate is fit to run for president?
My candidate is fit to run for president because he is a stronger candidate than the other two candidates, and we're going to have a smarter campaign.
All right. Do you have any last comments about the campaign?
Vote for Miguel.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Can you introduce yourself and tell us what your party is about?
All right, my name is Werber. So what the Republican Party believes, what the Republican Party believes in is smaller government and more states' rights than federal rights.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are your views on education?
Education. Put it short and simple, we want to privatize education. Might sound bad right now, but we want to start like cutting back on some of the federal grants and let more like individual and private like grants be allowed. What I mean by grants, I mean like scholarships.
So people should pay more, or not pay more, but people should pay to go to school.
Yeah, they should. Well, we should be trying to have them, because education is something that should be wanted, not forced.
Right.
So they should have the drive and the spirit to
Okay.
go to school.
What about foreign affairs? Syria, for example.
Syria, for example? Okay, so with Syria is a touchy subject. Personally, I would rather have diplomatic relationships would be first priority, but you know, if there's no way that working, without any hesitation, I will go in there by force and take back these chemical weapons, because what they're doing right now is just wrong to their people.
I agree. What about economy?
Economy. So this is also going to tie back into foreign affairs, but the national defense under foreign affairs, since we want to boost it, it's also going to take money. And one way to get this money for it would be to start subsidizing welfare checks. So we can so instead of handing out more money to people that aren't being, it's kind of hard to say. So
Like proactive to work.
yeah. So proactive towards the government and working. What we're trying to do is we're trying to force them to work. We want them to start to find a job and start supporting this country through taxes, which will be lowered, which I'm trying to lower. But yeah, so we'll subsidize the welfare. We'll lower the taxes, both rich and poor, and for what does it say? Oh, and we want to promote business in the private sector. So, what I mean by that is, this can be more of like the hardworking people, the smaller jobs, the backbone of our country.
Right.
So we want to encourage small businesses to start flourishing, and which will create more jobs, which will create a less demand for welfare checks and just the economic government.
And then, why did you decide to run?
Why did I decide to run? Well, I decided to run because it's always a great experience, and I love this country, and I always want to do what's just best for this country. And right now, I feel as though we can be doing things that are better for this country, and I want to be elected so I can implement these changes to make this an overall better country.
Sounds good. Any last comments?
Well, right now we have a strong view of what our platform is going to be, but right now we're still making changes, and what's said here is not set in concrete. It's not set in stone. So we will be making changes to what I said.
Okay.
If we need to be making changes.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Can you introduce yourself and tell us what your party is about?
Alright, well, I'm Mark Chulakan, and I'm the campaign manager for Zach Werber.
what does your party stand for?
Our party stands for capitalism. We believe in free market and we want to encourage people to get their jobs and we want to reduce welfare.
Why do you think Zach ran for president?
I think Zach ran for president because he is a strong person that represents the Republican Party very well. He has the qualities that allow him to see the views of many people and push a more independent kind of path for them. He doesn't hold their hand. He wants them to pick themselves up and keep walking.
Any last comments?
No, I'm good.
Okay.